Right now, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation is asking for help to find a missing Indigenous person. 32-year-old Christine Tail was last seen June 11th. CBI says he was last seen in downtown Denver near 14th and Champa, and last seen wearing a white shirt, blue shorts, and white tennis shoes. Christine is from South Dakota and went missing on her first night in Denver. Anyone who sees her is asked to call 911 or Denver police.
With the start of summer this week, Denver's police chief says he is worried about the amount of crime we could see over the next few months.
Yeah, 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez is following this story this morning. And Brianna, he is warning that this summer could be worse than the infamous 1993 summer of violence.
Hey, good morning, Corey. Jordan, that summer, 30 years ago, police investigated dozens of murders, many involving young people. And even back then, police did not see the number of guns that we're seeing right now. So the number of kids under 18 killed or shot in Denver increased 53% just last year. And so far this year, 17 young people in the city have been murdered. Now, community leaders and politicians are trying to brainstorm solutions to stop youth violence. East High School principal Tarita Walker said solutions to violence will require a layer approach. Many say the city has issues when it comes to guns, and there's lack of funding and resources to help these kids.
Even the summer of '93, as violent as it was, we did not see the number of guns that we're currently seeing. I think that we need to do a better job as a community providing things for young people to do.
Now, the Denver Police Department says they have recovered too many illegal guns. The most recent incident involves 16 firearms stolen from a pickup truck that advertised "We Buy Guns." Now, police said those guns were not secured properly and they have not been recovered just yet.
All right, Brianna, thanks for the update. And it's been a similar situation in cities across the country.
Right now, several communities are dealing with the aftermath of mass shootings, many at big gatherings like Juneteenth celebrations.
I've never been in anything like this, honestly. Honestly, I have a headache from the whole commotion. All I could do is check on my friends and want to see if everything was okay.
One person died and 22 others were hurt in a Juneteenth celebration in a Chicago suburb. Witnesses say it happened in a parking lot and it took a dozen ambulances to get everyone to the hospital. Investigators are still trying to figure out a motive, and so far, no one is in custody. In San Diego, one person died and another was hurt in a shooting in a park, also during a Juneteenth celebration. Police say it stemmed from some sort of fight between the two. And in St. Louis, one teenager is dead and 9 others were hurt in a shooting. It happened inside an office building downtown where police say the teens were having a party. Police say that one person is seriously hurt from getting trampled while running from that scene. Police say one person under 18 years old is in custody. In Missouri, there is no law against minors carrying handguns.
It's been a week since the shooting on I-70 that sent 3 people to the hospital, and Denver police still don't have a suspect, and now they're asking for your help. It happened around midnight last Sunday on I-70 near Havana. Police say 3 people were driving east on the highway when other people started shooting at their car from both sides. All 3 of them went to the hospital and were expected to survive. Police are hoping someone saw the shooting or has dash cam video of it. They say the victims were in a maroon Ford F-150. We've been asking police what led up to the shooting and if it was targeted or random. They say that is still under investigation.
Deputies in Arapahoe County say a deadly crash there started with street racing. 2 people died when their car smashed into a parking garage and caught fire. It happened yesterday in Centennial on East Dry Creek Road near Yosemite. Arapahoe County deputies say that 2 cars were racing down the street when one of them was going faster than 100 miles per hour when it crashed into the parking garage. Then the car caught fire. 2 men were inside the car that died, and it took a couple hours to get the road back open.
This week, Denver could make a significant new investment in so-called safe parking sites. This started at the beginning of the pandemic as a new way to give people a safe place to stay. They're parking lots where people experiencing homelessness can park, access food and showers, and connect with resources. Now the City Council is looking at whether to expand its deal with the Colorado Safe Parking Initiative. Right now, the group runs 2 safe parking sites in Denver, with the program set to expire this year. This new deal would give the group an extra $600,000 to open 2 more locations and keep them open through 2025. Nationwide, the number of people experiencing homelessness is going up, and one reason, eviction filings from landlords are increasing. During the pandemic, federal rental assistance and a moratorium on evictions helped a lot of people who are struggling with rent. But now the cost of rent is going up, and according to the eviction lab at Princeton University, eviction filings are more than 50% higher in some cities compared to before the pandemic.
In Washington right now, the Supreme Court has some major decisions coming up. The time of year where the big rulings drop before the justices go on break. In the next few weeks, we could see some significant decisions for Colorado and Coloradans' money. The Supreme Court will decide whether to let the Biden administration cancel billions of dollars in student loan debt. President Biden wanted to forgive between $10,000 and $20,000 worth of federal student loans for people who meet income limits. The lawsuit argues the president can't do that without approval from Congress. Either way, student loan payments are on pause right now. They're due to restart this fall. The justices could also impact Colorado's law banning discrimination from businesses. A web designer from Littleton says if an LGBTQ+ couple asks her to make a wedding website, she wants to be able to refuse. Now, to be clear, no one's asked her to do that, but she does claim the law violates her free speech rights.
Colorado is trying to force me to create custom, unique artwork to promote ideas inconsistent with my faith and the core of who I am.
There's a critical principle in this case. You can't define your service, so you exclude an entire category of people.
Democratic Attorney General Phil Weiser defended the state law before the Supreme Court. Decisions on both cases are due by early July.
Microsoft says the disruptions to Outlook and OneDrive earlier this month happened because of cyber attacks. A hacker group called Anonymous Sudan claimed responsibility, saying it flooded the sites with junk traffic. Some security researchers think that group is Russian. Microsoft says there's no evidence the hackers got into any customer data, but the company hasn't said how many people are affected or how widespread the impact is.
And one thing you want to know about the weather today is it's going to be very summer-like, even though summer is still officially 2 days away. 80s and 90s along the Front Range with mostly sunny skies. Tomorrow, only a degree or two cooler. We'll call for 80s to near 90 with partly sunny skies.